Diddy will be sued, and I say will be because nothing has been filed yet, by at least 120 people in the next 30 days. So
we're starting in the United States, where at least 10 people have been in the devastating wildfires in Los Angeles, that toll having been revised upwards just over an hour ago.
The questions circulating on the internet as rumors about Steve Harvey's Los Angeles mansion and the destructive wildfires take on a life of their own as the fire has tragically destroyed celebrity homes from Julia Louis-Drama's Pacific Palisades abode whispers to Paris Hilton's Malibu retreat is, did Steve Harvey know something the rest of us didn't? According to rumors, Harvey's mansion was spared, but not before a suspicious incident occurred. Insiders and neighbors are claiming to have witnessed Harvey's belongings being transported out in a fleet of cars just days before the flames arrived, which may have been a coincidence or something more planned.
This wind event is approaching us, and it's approaching us very, very quickly.
Elevated critical fire weather conditions will continue through Wednesday.
Let's dissect this. It's a tragedy, no doubt, but amid the chaos, Steve Harvey's actions have drawn attention, according to reports from unnamed sources. The wildfires tearing through Southern California have been devastating, reducing entire neighborhoods to ash, leaving families homeless and celebrities devastated. The Palisades fire alone has left thousands displaced and destroyed some of the most extravagant properties in LA. Harvey moved everyone and everything instead of simply evacuating like everyone else. For someone who presumably had little reason to be afraid, why would he take such extreme measures? Furniture, artwork, and personal items were purportedly all packed and shipped out before the fire even approached. Was there something in the home, or was Harvey simply being too cautious? He didn't want to be left behind by the flames or the authorities.
It's still heartbreaking, even if your house is there, to know that one of the most, what I always thought was one of the most beautiful neighborhoods in Los Angeles is just...
This is where the situation becomes even more fascinating. While the homes of celebrities like Anthony Hopkins and Carrie always tragically burned down, Harvey's mansion is reportedly close enough to the Pacific Palisades neighborhood most affected by the fire to make the entire situation seem suspicious. Some are now wondering if Harvey had any knowledge or insight into the fire's trajectory, or if there may be something much darker at work. Rumors are circulating that this isn't just about protecting valuables, it's about hiding evidence of what you ask, and that's where Diddy CS comes in.
24 people are now confirmed dead. So far, the flames have destroyed 12,000 structures and scorched 60 square miles.
Although Steve Harvey and Diddy's relationship is not new, it is growing. More conspiracy theorists are now linking Steve Harvey to Diddy's scandalous world, while tangled Diddy is currently behind bars awaiting trial for a number of charges. Diddy has been at the heart of explosive rumors surrounding subterranean parties, high-profile attendees, and sexual misconduct. Some say yes, citing Harvey's close ties to the music mogul and his family's history of dubious associations. Could Harvey's mansion have served as a covert meeting place? Could there have been documents, recordings, or other incriminating materials in the house that Harvey needed to move before the flames got too close?
A woman is accusing Sean Diddy Combs of drugging and raping her when she was 16 years old in 2000.
Prior to delving further into Harvey's purported involvement, let's pause and consider the larger picture. Unfortunately, wildfires are a common calamity in California, but this year's fires, which were fueled by unusually strong winds and dry vegetation, have been especially devastating. While firefighters have worked tirelessly to contain the flames, some areas, like Malibu's Pacific Palisades, have been hit harder than others, and among the ashes are the homes of Hollywood elites, leading to endless speculation about what is being lost and what might have been purposefully destroyed.
Thousands of firefighters are battling blazes across the Los Angeles area, and the flames are still not under control. The death toll now stands at 7. U.S. President Joe Biden is calling the fires the most widespread and devastating in California's history.
This is the murky part. It's no secret that celebrities frequently travel great distances to protect their privacy, but some people think that the wildfires have given some people the chance to erase parts of their past. After all, if you wanted to get rid of something without drawing attention to yourself, what better cover than a natural disaster? Harvey, with his larger-than-life persona and extensive connections in Hollywood, is now being accused of doing just that. Neighbors claimed that the activity around Harvey's mansion in the days before the fire included strange cars arriving and departing late at night, among other things that some residents didn't sit well with.
In the meantime, let's go back to New York City. Want to get some updates on the case that is unfolding there regarding Sean Diddy Combs.
In the meantime, let's return to New York City to get some updates on the case that is currently going on there involving Sean Diddy. The timing is also important because Harvey's belongings were already gone when the fire didn't even reach his area. Why act so quickly unless you knew something? Some people theorize that Harvey knew Diddy's affiliation with him, and the ongoing investigations into the music mogul's alleged activities might have the fallout from Diddy's arrest has revealed a complex web of secrets, falsehoods, and perhaps incriminating evidence. Could Harvey have been attempting to disassociate himself from whatever might have been hiding in his home? Panic after all, Diddy's parties have been described as anything but normal.
I came here today just to tell the truth, so hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%, the charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time we'll start to see that.
It goes without saying that this is not the first time Harvey and his wife, Margie, have been connected to controversy. Prior to marrying Steve, Margie was married to two men who had all ties to drug trafficking, but the shadow of her past followed her into her marriage with Harvey. Now, with these rumors about the mansion and its connection to Diddy, some are looking back at Margie's past and wondering if there is more to the story.
If they did in fact occur, their argument is more than likely going to be that this activity was consensual, that this person was a willing participant, and not only that, but that these individuals assumed the risk of being present at those parties, of engaging and voluntarily engaging in this conduct and being in those spaces, consuming things of that nature.
Not to be overlooked is Lori, Harvey's daughter, and her relationship with Diddy. A few years ago, Lori made headlines for her reported relationship with the music mogul, which many found astonishing considering their 27-year age difference. The accusations were never verified, but the public's interest in their purported romance brought the Harvey family unpleasant exposure. Is there a deeper issue at hand, perhaps concerning Diddy's present legal issues and the evidence authorities might be seeking, or could Steve's actions now be an attempt to shield his family from additional scrutiny?
He is very, very dominant. Like, he wants to control the situation. He wants to control his inner circle. He wants to make everyone have a good time and enjoy his parties. And so, it is scary because you think, this person or possibly his social network or the people he's around could make or break your career.
What is fueling the fire? The larger conspiracy theory that claims celebrities are using the flames as a pretext to destroy evidence may seem absurd, but take this into consideration. A dark aspect of Hollywood that many would prefer to keep concealed, from secret tunnels to lavish parties with dubious activities, has already been revealed by Diddy's legal issues. With his connections to Diddy and a family past that has already sparked questions, Harvey is now being drawn into this story, which depicts an exclusive world with a lot to lose if the truth is revealed.
Wait a minute, say that again. Back up. You're saying that there's tapes and they're being shopped?
Yes, there have been people already shopping.
We've heard about the tapes, but
yes.
The shopping thing is...
Yes, there already have been tapes leaking around Hollywood, being shopped around to individuals in Hollywood, but one particular person contacted me to shop a particular video they were in possession of.
What is the real story behind Steve Harvey's mansion? Did he have something to conceal there, or are these wild speculations fueled by the internet's fascination with drama? One thing is certain, though: the timing of Harvey's actions and his ties to Diddy make for an interesting story. As the fires go out and the investigations heat up, everyone is watching Harvey to see if anything comes to light, and there are rumors that the FBI may be looking more closely at some celebrity residences. Harvey's hasty removal of his possessions is the narrative doesn't end here, though, because if Harvey's actions were connected to Diddy's legal issues, what does that signify for their relationship and how far does it go? As the pieces of this puzzle fit together, it becomes evident that there is more to the story than meets the eye, and the answers may be even more startling than the rumors themselves. This raises the question of whether other people in Hollywood are acting similarly, utilizing the turmoil of the fires to protect themselves.
Now, to the latest on the arrest of Sean Diddy Combs. This one has so many people talking. The disgraced music mogul facing federal racketeering, conspiracy, and trafficking charges. Both the prosecution and defense teams are set to discuss the next phase of action following the indictment as investigators work to determine potential co-conspirators. But how exactly did we get here? ABC's Morgan.
As we shift our focus from Steve Harvey's dubious behavior to the complex relationships involving his family and their affiliations with Sean Diddy Combs, the web of intrigue becomes even more intricate. It's becoming more and more obvious that this involves a network of ties, controversies, and dubious choices that could endanger everyone involved, not just one man moving his possessions before a wildfire.
Sounds like there was probably a lot of hidden cameras as well. Is that what is being talked about?
Yes, this was actually in his Atlanta home, at a home he had in Atlanta at one point. And it does seem that the person isn't like looking into the video, so it's, to me, doesn't seem like that person knows they're being videotaped. It doesn't seem like they're active participant in the videotaping.
Let's now discuss Margie Harvey. Steve's wife is no stranger to rumors of scandal long before she developed into the refined socialite we see today. Her first husband, Jim Townend, wasn't just any man. He was found guilty of operating a large off option that crossed several states when he was caught attempting to make a large purchase of illegal goods and was sentenced to life in prison. This is where things get interesting, though, as there have been rumors for years that Marjorie was being investigated but escaped prosecution because, in Town's opinion, he chose to take the fall to protect her. Whether that is true or not is up in the air, but it adds a layer of complexity of intricacy to her tale, and as if that weren't enough, Margot's second husband Donald Woods also had an intriguing past. What are the chances that two of her husbands engaged in such activities? Some would say it's just bad luck, but others aren't so sure. When Steve Harvey married Marjorie in 2007, he not only took on her 3 children but also inherited the Whispers. Woods was allegedly connected to a similar line of work, making her second marriage feel like déjà vu. As sweet as it sounds, the family's relationship with Diddy adds a whole other level. Additionally, there was suspicion that followed her, and let's not forget that Steve adopted her children, including Lori Harvey. Of fascination.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
So I love my man, but what you mean, but?
Although Lori Harvey has long been a tabloid darling, her alleged relationship with Diddy in 2019 took things to a whole new level. At the time, Lori was 22 and Diddy was 49, which produced a lot of curiosity. However, what really got people talking was the fact that Lori had previously been connected to Justin Combs, Diddy's son. Yes, you read correctly. While Lori and Diddy never officially acknowledged their relationship, pictures of them on vacation in Ill with Steve and Margot Harvey seem to say a lot about the type of father who lets his daughter date. The rumors that Lori may have dated both father and son became the kind of gossip that the internet thrives on. A man who was almost 30 years older, let alone someone with such a difficult past, was the question that many were asking, and Steve's silence only served to fuel the rumors.
Please, stop. Stop ignoring the red flags in your relationship and thinking you can change a man.
As we move forward, Diddy's legal troubles have catapulted him back into the public eye, but not in the way he had hoped. He is now the subject of investigations that could potentially implicate other Hollywood figures, and this is where the Harvey connection begins to feel less like a coincidence and more like a ticking time bomb. Should Diddy's demise expose a wider web of collusion, may Steve or his family be caught in the crossfire? Given the rumors that Steve's mansion was being emptied out due to what those possessions would disclose as well as the wildfires, it's a question worth addressing.
Combs' legal team vehemently denied the accusations on his behalf, while the rapper continues to be held in a Brooklyn jail since September, awaiting his May 2025 trial.
Additionally, we must remember the larger background in this case. Only the most well-known guests are allowed entry to Diddy's renowned gatherings, which are frequently referred to as exclusive events. Descriptions of these events paint a picture of opulence and secrecy, but as more and more reports about these events come to light, the glamour is being overshadowed by more sinister accusations. Witnesses have stated that these gatherings were about control and secrecy rather than just networking and entertainment. The idea that Diddy allegedly used cameras to record these events only serves to reinforce the idea that there is much more to this story than first appears, But here's the really shocking part. Various stories claim that several high-profile persons may have been captured on. There has been a growing flurry behind the scenes as legal teams scramble to protect their clients, and if rumors of a bidding war for these tapes are true, the stakes are even higher because we're not just talking about careers on the line, but entire reputations and legacies. Those recordings engaging in activities they'd rather keep buried might contain damaging footage of Hollywood elites, potentially implicating them in everything from questionable behaviors to outright scandals.
That's it. If it is privilege, of course they won't. But if it really is what the prosecution says, that has nothing to do with the case, or even worse, it's actually evidence of witness tampering, because we all know the attorney-client privilege, there's a crime fraud exception. You can't use your lawyer to perpetuate a future or continuing fraud or crime. So if the documents are what the government says they are, they're going to get them again. And again, it's just going to be a matter of days, because I don't expect.
Adding to the intrigue is the alleged role of Kim Porter, Diddy's late ex-girlfriend, who some claim had access to these recordings before her untimely passing. According to one witness who reportedly testified in federal court, Porter had entrusted certain files to a former associate who later came forward with claims of their existence while no one knows for sure what's on them. The mere possibility of their contents being revealed has sent shockwaves to the entertainment industry. Could this be the reason why Diddy's case has seemingly opened the floodgates, with more and more accusers stepping forward? Some believe it's only a matter of time before the full extent of what's hidden comes to light.
That fact in of itself is a big deal, because when you're talking about going back in time and talking about these allegations from other alleged victims, you know, there's not a lot of police reports, but you guys actually have one. And is that going to be revealed? Are we going to be able to see it?
Yes, as soon as I file my lawsuit in civil court, I will be attaching the criminal complaint.
Furthermore, some observers believe that Steve Harvey's abrupt evacuation of his belongings and Diddy's legal issues coincide too coincidentally. Could Steve's mansion have been one of the locations linked to these purported recordings? Or is this just a case of guilt by association? If Steve Harvey's ties to Diddy are as strong as some suggest, he may find himself dragged into this storm whether he likes it or not. In any case, Harvey and his family are currently the center of attention, and both fans and critics are questioning whether there is more to their narrative than was previously understood. What does this have to do with Steve Harvey? To begin, his relationship with Diddy extends beyond Lori. Steve and Diddy and his partner have been spotted together at numerous professional gatherings over the years, and their regard for one another is well established. However, as they say, you're only as innocent as the company you keep. Anyone close to Diddy may likely be the subject of inquiries if his alleged acts are investigated further, and Steve's recent actions of removing his possessions from his estate and becoming unusually silent are only fueling the flames.
No, I'm not surprised by the ruling, because as she cited in her order, there are very serious allegations about the danger that he potentially poses to other witnesses and the public at large. There are allegations that he has, been violent with others. He's also attempted to allegedly intimidate other witnesses and still contact witnesses while incarcerated.
The connections don't end there. Let's delve into the rumors surrounding the FBI. Speculation is swirling that federal agents are taking a closer look at the homes of certain celebrities, particularly those linked to Diddy. While there's no concrete evidence to suggest that Steve Harvey's property is under investigation, the timing of his recent actions has certainly raised some eyebrows. Is he trying to stay one step ahead of the authorities, or is he simply being extra cautious amid the turmoil surrounding Diddy's case? Either way, his behavior has sparked questions about what, if anything, he might be trying to conceal. On a broader scale, a conspiracy theory has begun to gain traction online. Some believe that the wildfires ravaging the area aren't just a natural disaster, but a cover-up for something far more sinister. According to these theories, certain celebrities could be using the fires as an opportunity to destroy evidence and evade accountability. While there's no concrete proof to support these claims, the theory has captured the public's imagination, especially in light of Diddy's ongoing legal issues. If there's even a hint of truth to these speculations, It could mean that the wildfires are just the beginning of a much larger story, one that could rock Hollywood to its core.
Fire and the Palisades fire are still burning in Los Angeles as firefighters from across North America work desperately to get them out.
Oh, where does this leave us? On one hand, it's tempting to dismiss these rumors as nothing more than sensational gossip. After all, celebrity scandals are a dime a dozen, and the internet loves to connect dots that may not even exist. But on the other hand, the sheer number of coincidences in this story is hard to overlook. From Steve Harvey's questionable timing to his family's ties to Diddy, there's no denying that something feels off. As investigations into Diddy's case continue, it seems only a matter of time before more details surface. What's clear is that this story is far from over. Whether it's the truth about what's hidden in Steve Harvey's mansion, the fallout from Diddy's legal battles, or the potential involvement of other high-profile figures, there's still much to uncover. As the pieces of this puzzle begin to fall into place, one thing is certain: the world will be watching. So, what do you think? Is Steve Harvey just an innocent bystander, or is he more involved than his letting on? Could this be the start of a much larger reckoning for Hollywood's elite? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.